mineral water, special drinks, or daroma, and I didn't seminal bro the Dimako be, and they say Mampeni John Dramani Mahama, they are to just say Africa. Ya kwani ya kwanto seminal, yencheni ye na emwama dwedie enkonenim.
Omampanyi esan e de atudwa se abibire man panyufo enhwe kwan ya man ebefa so akona ni enjai se ye de ho ato eye abotwe so.
Minority Whip MP for some Onyafo Frank Anodom Presse Finance Minister. Yemfa ne megina Parliament no meyi nsembia no. Said de niema bonuane bo kosoro omam no wo meyi hu ano.
Yekopiemu ewo mrahye bedwafie so 24 Economy Authority Bill no samre yaje atumu.
Abusafo na yebedi enkomo. Na enkomo ben enenemu edi. Galamsey ne kono ekosen. Yenim saban we asoehwe nsase ne obo ade ne paso. Ene national security akabum naimos ye dwuma. So from dwumadie ekosen. Yate sensase bia galamsey fo asai no aban no ahyase amra hodo nyina osisi no ho nkomo ekosen. Ye ne kasamafo de ma asoehwe nsase ne obo ade ne paso. Ononyamfo Mahmoud Kabori ebedi nkomo ewo dwadi eso akenkanfo ye me David ofori safo mene minwaba
mame ya obeku amponsa
abutafo ye bo ewra ensem no emu Ghana Mampeni His Excellency John Dramani Mahama egusua ewo Zambia man emu na fuamiensa ena okwadwuansa hwe ewo man emu na wabra Mampeni John Dramani Mahama ne wone Zambia benfo edin komono ena o se wahwe hu ekame akwese Africa man do na ya kwan ho nsem enkoyie ya kwan ni akwantempon atete apansam ayebasa obesese yenhwe ni yipa titu yeketeke akwan no ne no beboa eni yi a ebema adwadie akonanim o Africa.
The trains going between Zambia and Ethiopia, Zambia and I'm sure you have a train rail between you and Mozambique or something, but there must be trains going everywhere where we can carry heavy cargo cheaper. There must be roads interconnecting our countries, and if we're able to put in that infrastructure, the trade will develop, the trade networks will develop, so that it's not more expensive to trade amongst ourselves than to trade with Europe. All the ships are going to Europe. If I send a container to Tema Port just now and I say I'm sending it to Rotterdam or to Netherlands or to somewhere, within 2 weeks it should be there or even less, because there's always a ship going. But if I say I'm bringing something to Zambia, it will have to probably go to South Africa. How many ships go from Ghana to South Africa? I might even have to ship it to Europe and put it on another ship to come to South Africa, and then from South Africa to transport it to Zambia, and so it increases the freight charges and all that. So those are the main logistical constraints, and these are the things that we discussed with President Ichelema.
Ewo sanhye mude ase na Ghana Mampanyi signed to abibire mampanyufo anim se ekame ensesese ye ba bibire mam a ye de ho ato eye amana hodo so se ye betimi akomo ho akwaje moa na eno na o kire se wei emmoa ye mpuntu se ye pese ye konkan se oman ene abibire man a ewo se yankasa ye de ye ho to ye ho so ne ye kan ye ho bom se de be ye be ma abibire man abeye krabehwe.
Africa must confront this changing reality with transparency and pragmatism. Only days ago, I had the opportunity to address global leaders in Davos, where I spoke about the Accra Reset Initiative and the urgent need for Africa to redefine its development trajectory. Too many African countries remain trapped in what I describe as triple dependency: dependency on external actors for security choices, dependency on donors for health and education systems, and dependency on suppliers of critical minerals while capturing little or no value. This condition undermines genuine sovereignty. History teaches us, however, that a crisis can sharpen resolve. And so Africa must take its destiny into its own hands. The Accra Reset does not seek to disrupt global partnerships. The Accra Reset advocates the forging of new partnerships to transform global systems that have been rigged against Africa and much of the global South for a long time. We must reset the narrative through unity of action, self-reliance, and the leveraging of our comparative advantages for industrial growth and economic transformation. Madam Speaker, we demand a redesign of outdated governance systems, including greater representation in global institutions such as the UN Security Council. We are calling for a rejigging of the global financial systems that have kept Africa in poverty and debt.
Yeremoko Mrashe Bidwemu Onumunyamfo Frank Anodompre a minority whip MP for Nsahom Adwejiri. Opening that to just say Speaker of Parliament Enhwe na Finance Minister Dr. Ato Banforsen Yamfanima Parliament. No me say bisa no nsembise san say opening at the budget ebe to dwa no okodwa hodo so ne dwedefo ma akodi nkomo ene wom sori a wom say inflation abafom dollar abafom fango buo abafom enso kodwem kohwe nnuane buo aye dene enti yema minister imra no mei sansem no ano.
Cost of living is going out of the roof. Cost of living. Speaker, I should have come with some food items. Yam, tomatoes, gari, plantain, going through the roof. We should be programming the exchequer to come and tell us measures. The last time before the budget was brought, he was Guy Mokola talking to the Mokola women. He should be going to Mokola now and be checking the price of tomatoes. Speaker, I want to plead with the leader of the House. It will not be out of place if we program our friend. It is not for nothing that the Minister of Finance is one of our own. He should come. He should come and tell us measures that could be put in place. We are the people's representatives. We are the only people who can talk about this.
The issue of cost of living, which you have raised, I don't know which market you go to, but I know that the prices of goods and services, because of the low rate of inflation, because of the very good exchange rate relationship between the cedi and the dollar, because of the stability of the cedi and so many other good things that this government has done, definitely prices cannot be going up. Cost of living cannot. In fact, we are dealing with a problem of farmers saying that food prices have come so low that they can't even recover their investments in farming. So it is inconceivable that farmers will be complaining that prices are so low for their foods, and then you will be in this chamber complaining about cost of living for ordinary Ghanaians who eat kenke and konkonte and then fish and etc. I think that they know that prices of food hasn't increased. Cost of living is not a major issue in this economy. I agree with you that there are so many issues that we should work on, and we'll be working on those ones, but cost of living is not definitely. Fuel prices are coming down, which is a major trigger when it comes to cost of foodstuffs and services. Energy sector, there's so much stability there. So generally the outlook is very good. Ghanaians are very hopeful, we are very confident.
ewa abra NDC amanyuku epre enya 2024 abato no wo shega na mind boss se wo betina konya no so a wo de 24 economy beba ama aboa ama adwuma sem etimi SCP ewo manyimu ene ekopie mu ewo mrahye bedwafi a sa 24 economy authority bill yi wo mo age atomu na no ena mrahye bedwani ede maboko central mahama ayarega ede etu dwase wono de o warehemu sa 24 economy no ebeboa ama oman sika sem ene adwuma sem SCP.
Honourable members, the 24-hour Economy Authority Bill 2025 is duly read for the third time and duly passed.
If the country is working 24 hours, it will mean that we need more labor to be able to work the 24 hours. And work will be done in several shifts. It could be 2 shifts, there could be 3 shifts, but there will be several shifts. There will be the shift that will be during the daytime, and there will be the shift that will work during the nighttime. The idea behind it is to create jobs and opportunities for our youthful population, many of whom have graduated from universities, and because the economy has been bad for the past 8 years, jobs were not being created. Indeed, jobs were flying out of the country because the excess taxation that we saw, the financial crisis that we saw, the high inflation that we saw, the volatile currency situation that we saw led to many factories opting to leave the country to go and relocate at places where there was better stability. And so many people were rendered unemployed. And you recall the implementation of the financial sector cleanup, which led to the collapse of financial institutions. Hundreds of thousands of people, directly and indirectly, lost their jobs. And we took over on the back of such an economic mess. And so unemployment is a major issue. And the National Democratic Congress admits that we have a problem of unemployment. Indeed, it is the reason why we were voted to take over the mantle of leadership of this country. We have taken steps to fix that. At the micro level, as you can see, we are dealing with all the fiscal issues that will stabilize the economy so that industry can prosper. When industry prospers, a lot of jobs will be created. We have injected capital into the financial sector. ADB, NIB, all the government banks have received major capital injection running into billions of Ghana cedis in order that we could breathe life back into the financial system of our country. And those financial institutions are going to make money available for the private sector. Now, we need to establish an authority to lead and anchor and coordinate the myriad policies, strategies, and programs and activities that we are going to implement to really transform the country into an economy that is working 24 hours. You know that we operate under a constitutional system and everything must be backed by law. Every authority must be exercised on the basis of an existing law. That is why, for us, it's a matter of great joy that ultimately this Parliament has passed the 24-hour Economy Authority Bill. To provide the regulatory regime and to provide the legal mandate for the formalization and implementation of the 24-hour economy.
Na yademo eko Ghana Cocobod asweye ene the Chief Executive Officer edema Ghana Cocobod Dr. Randy Abbey wone ne mpanifo ehia nsentwerofo a ewo man emu na nsentwerofo bisa no questions out of bebre UTV yen sentweroni Mark Baron they led them ko bisa say Ghana Cocobod na nsen ya te se mokototo cars ahodo Land Cruisers ebra modi kokwa akuafo ka bosomo miensani untimi ntua ma omo untimi ntua ba school fees na utwa tea na oji wani na oku nkokọ oku mponche ebisa anse pani eba ne sai na mutu sa na moyi oso anya no kreda nye se sika ye de betua kokọ akuafo ka ene de ato cars okọ aye kokọ district ahodo na cars na bi mu edidi aju ana so de adwuma no na enkoyie na ebi kura sei entomo ntimi anyom adwuma yi na sika krom de kotoe no eye omo ankasa Cocobod sika nkitinkiti bi na omo keka bomu a omo de akotok sa cars na mom ne mum nye sika eso mo de tua kokọ akuafo ka na omo de ato sa cars.
So the subsidiary then decides what they do with it. In the past, we use it for purchasing vehicles, so directors, vehicles, managers, and all those things. So I said, oh, then if that be the case, then we found a way of improving the fleet, the operational vehicles. So I said, okay, if that is the case, then let's apply the money into buying the operational vehicles. So this sample residue fund, which is an IGF, which is shared 50-25-25 amongst Cocobod and its division 50, CMC 25, QCC 25. That is the money that I said that, look, you guys have written all these requests to us. If there is this IGF, then we might as well apply it to improving your fleet. I cannot allow you to use these monies for something else, whilst we go and look for how we can apply budgetary allocation to fund it. So I said that, look, there is a request for directors' vehicles, managers' vehicles, and all that. If we apply this principle, I think that over 3 years, we will be able to deal with all these issues about operational vehicles and vehicles for directors and managers and everything. So as far as I was concerned, a big headache or burden had been lifted. So it was just about directing where to spend the IGF. How do I task people to go and deliver when they do not have what is required to deliver? So I want my Krieg scientists to go all around the country to be doing their testing and others. I am unable to provide them the vehicles to go. I want my Cocoa Health and Extension Division to go all around the 74 districts to support farmers and do their work. And I will not be able to provide them what is required for them to do their work. I want the quality control to be in all the 74 districts to ensure that the quality of our cocoa is not compromised. And I will not be able to provide them what they require to go and do their job. So this is a decision we took on the basis of IGF. And all of a sudden, it's been made to look as if, money that should have been used to go and pay farmers whose cocoa have been supplied is being used to go and buy vehicles. Meanwhile, the person who posted that thing, when he was here, his official vehicle was a Land Cruiser. He was not a chief executive. He was not a deputy chief executive. He was not a director. But his official vehicle was a Land Cruiser.
Yegusua jina Ghana Cocobod ensemu a opanyi san editu dwa se ansa na omoba aban mu na aban e ho dada abro ka be 32.91 billion Ghana cedis agu ho wosesa aka yi ejina e contract ahodo a na wo mo sensan so ensem sei e no de tu dwa
ma chere se yebetu e ka 32.91 billion into betimi aka say 33 billion cedis ya no ne ka yebetu ye Finance Minister Adaroma restructured cocoa bills. First one that was due September 2025. Yeah, to me, it's and default. Obviously, and what yen canoso. I'm saying, say cocoa roads na exposure near 21 billion, but now certificates are near that yen cash office inquire 4.4 billion. Na ya rationalization yi initially no na inka almost about 6.9 billion, but they about 4.35 billion. and finance minister so am assurance obehwe na ye clear that process no. Obviously no ye no a no so no beti e can also perform greatly.
Adesima ma ye ntwa ye ho enje aboa